So today is July 31st and we have started tomato harvest. What you see here is a tomato harvester going down the rows of tomatoes and then dumping it into the bin, which is now full, and going in the opposite direction. So here we've got fields of field-grown tomatoes. You can see they're not staked like normal tomatoes are. And that trailer's coming to take tomatoes. It usually drives alongside the harvester. Fully loaded, it will hold about 22 tons of tomatoes. We are going to be picking about 18 trailer loads today. So if you do the math, that's quite a bit of tomatoes, almost 400 tons of tomatoes. You can see where that small wagon is full. These are all cannery grade tomatoes going up to Pennsylvania to be made into tomato products, salsa, spaghetti sauce, stewed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, all those types of things. It'll take us about 2 to 3 weeks to get all the tomatoes harvested. As you can see by the field, it's a really heavy crop. The harvester is selective. There's a few men, a couple crew members on the back of that machine. They sort out the greens, rocks, anything that gets picked up by the machine, and the reds get dumped into that trailer. So that tomato's going to lift, that cart is going to lift up those tomatoes, transfer them to the wagon. Takes about 8 people to get this job done. The cannery that we sell these to tells us how many trailer loads to pick a day. It's all based on what other growers are harvesting the same day as we are, how geared up their cannery is to receive the product, what type of product they're making. Some of these tomatoes, each of these blocks of tomatoes is actually a different variety. You can see those being dumped into that bin. And so, depending on what they're canning at the cannery, is dependent on which variety we're picking that day. So, you know, a lot of what we do is instructed to us by the cannery, who is receiving tomatoes not only from us but from other growers in the region. It's a busy time of year. Tomatoes are somewhat more labor intensive than some of our other crops, but it's a good diversification for our farm. And you know, as fruit and vegetable growers as well as grain growers, you want to sort of spread your risk out and manage that risk and have different income streams from different crops. So that's the first day of tomato harvest on our farm here in Maryland.